famous. Like, she knows I exist. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Hi everyone. Welcome back to, or welcome to your very first episode of Book Blabs. I'm Nat and I love to blab all things books. In today's video, I will be reading my March book club picks. And let me just tell you, this month is filled with bangers. I'm so excited. I will be reading Half His Age by Jennette McCurdy. And I will also be reading Promise Me Sunshine by Kara Bastone. I am so excited to read both of these books. Magically, both of these books are on my 26 for 2026. I helped pick this one, but I didn't really pick this one. I kind of influenced, but ultimately, hey, Lexi chose this one. So I'm really excited to read both of these in today's video. One is, I feel like, kind of more angsty, and one is more like emotional and dealing with grief, but both are written by very talented female authors, and I'm just so excited to dive into both of these. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get right into it. Okay, first, we still have not named my cow. So guys, please help me out. What should I name this beautiful cow? I need help. But anyways, I just wanted to start by saying I'm going to be reading Half His Age first by Jennette McCurdy. This is a signed copy. I'm so stoked for it. Let me show you. Okay, but I'm just going to read you the synopsis since I'm here, From the #1 New York Times bestselling author of I'm Glad My Mom Died comes a sad, funny, thrilling novel about sex, consumerism, class, desire, loneliness, the internet, rage, intimacy, power, and the oftentimes misguided lengths we'll go to in order to get what we want. Waldo was ravenous, horny, blunt, naive, wise, impulsive, lonely, angry, forceful, hurting, perceptive, endlessly wanting. And the thing she wants most of all, Mr. Corgi, her creative writing teacher, with the wife and the kid and the mortgage and the bills, with the dead dreams and the atrophied looks and the growing paunch. She doesn't know why she wants him. Is it his passion, his life experience, the fact that he knows books and films and things that she doesn't? Or is it purer than that, rooted in their unlikely connection, their kindred spirits, the similar filter with which they each take in the world around them? Or perhaps it's just enough that he sees her when no one else does. Startlingly, I can't say that word. There we go. Startlingly perceptive, mordantly funny, and keenly poignant, Half His Age is a rich character study of a yearning 17-year-old who disregards all obstacles or attempts to overcome them in her effort to be seen, to be desired, to be loved. Pretty freaking sick. Anyways, I'm gonna start this and I will update you later. Okay, bye. Hello. I'm like 40% through Half His Age. Let me show you the proof. I'm like 40% through Half His Age, and so far I'm loving the short chapters, guys. For those of us who have short attention spans, there are short chapters. Hey. Anyways, so far it's like kind of uncomfortable. It's very blunt, it's very straightforward, but it's like witty and it's very relatable, especially when it's like add to cart, because it's like the 17-year-old girl is just mindlessly shopping, which speaks a lot to like our overconsumption and this mass consumerism that's like taking the world, especially with like TikTok shop and everything, you just click, and I think there's a lot to be said about that. And I also think that this girl is so young, but she's seen so much so that she feels older, and so she's connecting to this man who's also seen some things, but she's quite literally half his age. And so these feelings that she has for him and how she's acting for him, it's like it feels wrong in your gut. And I think it's because like we have this outside perspective like of how wrong this is, and I think we're meant to be uncomfortable, you know, we're meant to just kind of like sit in this uncomfortable feeling. I haven't really pinpointed like what the overall message is yet. I think I need to keep reading and I need to, you know, kind of get a bigger, fuller picture of the book. But so far, I think there are a lot of underlying meanings and messages that I just need to keep sorting through. But yeah, it's good so far. Just very uncomfortable, but like I said, I think that's the point, so I can't really be like a hater. Also, a side note, Jennette McCurdy posted me on her story. I'm literally so excited right now. I'm literally so happy. Am I famous? Like, she knows I exist. So I'm pretty stoked. I just wanted to share my thoughts with you guys. So yeah, I will keep listening to the audiobook, keep working, and I will update you later. Okay, toodles, bye. Hi. I'm about 60% through Half His Age, and things are getting very, very uncomfortable. And it's almost getting depressing because I'm starting to get the idea of female rage that Jennette McCurdy spoke about when she was like advertising this book. And it's just sad. And it's so true that like women will force themselves into this mold. They'll tell themselves like, I'm never going to degrade myself for man, but then they will do anything to lap up any attention or try to keep them. And it's like this recurring cycle. And like this character Waldo did not want to be like her mom, and she's almost exactly like her mom with her like desperation and need for love. And it's really sad. My heart is breaking because like this is a real thing that happens, and women find this need to be validated by men, and like this emptiness in them needs to be filled by a man. And it's so heartbreaking and sad that like this is such a big thing. And I don't know, it's really sad. I just feel awful, and I feel like this is just a conversation that needs to be had with every woman on the planet about like where we should seek validation from. And yeah, I don't know. I need to get to bed. I'm really tired. I have to wake up early for work tomorrow, but I will keep reading tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. Okay, good night. Hey besties, I'm in bed. It's Wednesday night and I'm really tired. I started my period today, so not having a great time. I also left my book at work, off that one at work. Boo. Anyways, I just wanted to update you guys. I finished Half His Age. I finished it. I'm gonna tell you right now, I gave it 4 stars. I think it's a very valuable book because now that I have the full picture, there's just so much conversation that can be had. Like, it's very blunt, it's abrasive, it's graphic, it's uncomfortable. But like when you're uncomfortable, I feel like that's where the most conversations need to happen. It's because like when you're comfortable, like that's not the juicy stuff. That's not like the stuff that society calls hush hush. You know, there are so many taboo topics that we don't really talk about in society. And I feel like this, especially when it comes to like female sexuality, I feel like it gets like silenced a lot or brushed off a lot. Even, you know, like when women write romance in their books, it gets brushed off for its seriousness. Same with this 17, well now 18-year-old girl, and her sexuality, it's very uncomfortable. She's very straightforward with her writing, and I think there's value to that though. I don't know. I don't want to spoil anything. I just think, like, tread carefully, because I think this book could potentially be triggering for some, but I think everyone should read it because it's just so... Jennette McCurdy is such a talented writer that she, like, takes you through Waldo's emotions, like, from the beginning. Even though you're uncomfortable, you feel her desperation, her loneliness, her wanting, but then you feel it switch to rage and anger, and then you feel it switch to resentment, and then you feel it switch to numbness and disgust and the ick, and you just go through all these waves of emotions with Waldo in this relationship that's entirely inappropriate, and you know it's wrong, but she just takes you through all those different emotions. It's so good. The ending is kind of open-ended, but I feel like that's the point, is because, like, it's like a ... because she's just gonna keep living and life is just gonna go on. There's also a really good dynamic between Waldo and her mom that, like, people can really unpack, because Waldo does take after her mom, and her mom disappoints her a lot. Even though Waldo knows not to put her on a pedestal, she still kind of does, because, like, I feel like it's normal for a girl to want to make her mom her idol or her hero, and, you know, just think that she's some kind of superhuman, but at the end of the day, she's not, and I think Waldo learns that, and I don't know, there's just a lot to discuss, so please go read it. Next update, I started the book that I left at work. I started Promise Me Sunshine, and I'm not very far into it. I want to say I'm like maybe 15-20% into it. I love it. Miles, Lenny, I don't know, the vibes, I don't have much to say right now other than Lenny is obviously grieving, and Miles is very grumpy, or comes off very grumpy and stoic, but I already know he's like a big softie underneath, so I'm very excited to see more of this friendship that's going to blossom between Lenny and Miles, because Lenny, even though she's grieving, she's very animated, and she's very she's good at masking, so she's very good at, like, people pleasing and just presenting, like, very pleasant and likable and energetic, and kind of chaotic. And Miles is very stoic, very closed off. Not a lot of people like him. He's not a good conversationalist, but, like, when you really get to know him, you can see, like, the warmth and the softness underneath the hard exterior. So I'm excited to keep reading. Anyways, I need to go to bed, but I will try to update you later. Bye. So I'm a bozo, and I forgot to record me reading the synopsis for this book, Promise Me Sunshine. So here's me doing it as a voiceover. LOL. Enjoy. Grieving the loss of her best friend, a young woman's life is turned upside down when she meets a grumpy stranger who swears he can help her live again. In this heartwarming, slow burn romance by the author of Ready or Not, Lenny's a bit of a mess at the moment. Her best friend Lou recently passed away after a battle with cancer, and her death has left Lenny feeling completely lost. She's avoiding her concerned parents, the apartment she shared with Lou, and the list of things she's supposed to do to help her live again. The only thing she can do is temporary babysitting gigs, and luckily she just landed a great one, helping overworked single mom Reese and her precocious daughter Ainsley. It's not perfect. Ainsley's uncle Miles always seems to be around and is kind of a huge jerk. But if Lenny acts like she has it all together, maybe no one will notice she's falling apart. Miles sees right through her, though. Turns out he knows a lot about grief, and surprisingly, he offers her a proposition. He'll help her complete everything on her Live Again list if she'll help him connect with Ainsley and overcome his complicated relationship with Reese. Lenny doubts anything can fill the void Lou has left behind, but she begins to spend more time with Miles. Lenny is surprised to discover that sometimes losing everything is the first step to finding yourself and love again. Hi, it's been a minute, not for you guys, but for me, because this weekend was absolutely bonkers and busy. I finished Promise Me Sunshine several days ago. I think it was on Thursday, and I haven't gotten to talk to you guys because Friday night I went over to my sister's house and we just spent time together, and then Saturday morning I woke up, I had class, I spent time with my grandmother for her birthday, and then we actually threw her a surprise party. So yeah, then I came home and crashed. Sunday morning I woke up, I recorded my podcast with Lorelai, and then I went to the Renaissance Fair. Then I spent a little bit of time with my family, and I did my homework. And now I'm here. Happy Sunday night. I want to talk about Promise Me Sunshine. I rated it 5 stars, and I'm very happy with this book because Miles Honey is a man I think everyone should have in their life, or like someone like him, because he's patient, he's kind, he's compassionate, and he truly cares about Lenny, and he wants her to get better, and he wants her to get better for herself and for her family, and he does nothing but support her. And no matter what happens, like, he's always there. Like, he's just a text or a call away. And even when she wants to pursue this romantic relationship, he knows that she's not ready. And I don't know, it's the slow burn was so good. Their friendship was so amazing. The way that he opened up to her, and the way that they opened up to each other, about their grief and their insecurities and their lives, it was truly phenomenal. It was amazing. It was a great read. I absolutely loved it. Yeah, I'm so happy with the book. I loved it. I think it was perfect. It was perfect. But yeah, I'm sorry I didn't update you guys more. My life has just been so busy. But thank you for joining me for this video. If you've read Half His Age or Promise Me Sunshine, please comment down below. Let me know what you thought of them, or if you're planning on reading them, let me know. Please subscribe. Please like this video. Yeah, I love you so much, and I hope I will see you guys next time. Bye.